What is going on, Detroit Lions fans? Welcome back. Steve here, Detroit Den 313. It's Friday, so you know it's almost game day. This is our game day episode where I'm going to talk about the matchup on week 3 in just a couple days here with the Arizona Cardinals. I've seen some stuff on Twitter that people are using the words must win, okay? I get it. We want to be 2-0. We very easily could be 2-0, but we aren't. We're not 2-0. And if you thought that the Detroit Lions were going to go 17-0 in the regular season or even 16-1, I have to discourage you from your thoughts. Okay. I can't say that your opinion is wrong or that it's stupid, but I would take the odds that the Detroit Lions were not going to go 16-1 or 17-0. We'll probably drop another game or two within the regular season if I had to bet on it. Everything is okay. Everything's going to be fine. We are a damn good football team. We are coached very well. We have high-level players. We have guys who want to be on this team. Let's just hit the brakes, okay? Getting into this game day report, let's get through some injuries. Looking at the injury report that Tim Twentyman tweeted out just about 25 minutes ago, Ify Melifano was out and Ennis Rakestraw is out. Kind of saw that one coming, all right? I don't know what's exactly going on with Ify. This is his third week he's missed. Ennis Rakestraw, I know he got tweaked up in the warm-ups against the Buccaneers last week and was out. Alex Anzalone, good news to see him play. Same thing with Taron Arnold and Graham Glasgow. Isaiah Williams is listed as questionable. I don't think we've even seen him get a snap yet, if I'm not mistaken. And then Marcus Davenport, Kirby Joseph, and Amon St. Brown, all full practices for the Detroit Lions. Good news, okay? I just did an episode the other day on Alex Anzalone, what he means to this team, his importance as the middle linebacker, the captain, and the quarterback of the defense. I think that's going to play a role. If you watch the game within the game, he's going to have his hands full. We're all going to have our hands full on defense this week. It's going to be a tough one to get into. That leads me into the next topic, which is keeping Kyler Murray contained. And again, I hinted at this the other day. I did an episode on that, it's not easy to contain these little mobile quarterbacks, and I don't mean little in a disrespectful way. Kyler Murray's a weapon. All right. This is a guy who can extend plays. He can buy more time. Our coverage has been good. Our defensive line has been good. This is a step up and test and a different brand of quarterback than what we've seen. And it's slowly gotten better. We know Matthew Stafford's not mobile. Okay. He was squirmy and he dipped out of some sacks and got loose. Baker Mayfield, not exactly a mobile quarterback, but he can extend plays and buy some time. And then you add Kyler Murray, who they can use him in designed runs. They can use him to move the pocket on QB boots, play action. It's going to be hard to stop. It's going to be all hands on deck to stop Kyler Murray and to keep it contained. And I listened to a interview that Aaron Glenn just did earlier in the week, and he said the same thing. He said that he's not going to use a QB spy. That means that this defensive line has to be disciplined. And I'm talking mainly about Aiden Hutchinson. Sometimes I see Hutch kind of hit that spin move, and that opens up an outside lane for a quarterback to get loose. I think we have to be very, very disciplined defensively. Someone on the defensive end position or defensive line has to have that outside contained. We cannot let him get out of the pocket. We can't have him scrambling around. He's got a cannon of an arm too. All right. I'm just talking about his athletic ability. Like, Kyler Murray can make all the throws. All right. He's got a NFL caliber arm. This dude's a first round. I don't know if he's a first round, but I know he's a professional baseball player too. Like, this dude was picked in the MLB draft. He's got a cannon of an arm. There's not a throw on the football field he can't make. So if you add the perfect mix of him getting loose and running around and having time and cannon of an arm, and like it could be a long day, but I'm talking about what could happen. But what I think is going to happen is we're going to be very sound defensively. We're going to maintain our gap discipline and have that contain our linebackers. I think we'll spy every now and then. I think Aaron Glenn was just kind of hinting at, well, I'm not going to run a spy every single defensive snap. And I get that. Okay. Kyler's going to pick up some first downs with his legs, and it's going to kind of take the wind out of the sails. But I think this is one of those games where we're going to see the Detroit Lions defense bend but don't break. Okay. I think we're going to be all right. We're averaging 20 points a game. So again, I don't care what Kyler Murray does. I don't care what he does between. We could put him on the 1 yard line and make him go 98. As long as he's not crossing our goal line and scoring 7 points, I don't care about yards. I don't care what he's picking up. Hold him to field goals. Don't let him in the end zone. And we got to be better offensively. Okay. Ben Johnson sounded pissed off in his presser. I think was it Wednesday, I believe his press conference was. And he said that, it came down to execution in the red zone and a combination of play calling. He took a little responsibility and he saw the same things I did. I did an episode. I've done a lot of episodes about what I saw from Ben Johnson. I did a film study where I showed you guys some formations that didn't make sense and some bad reads by Jared Goff. It's going to get clicking. I think it's going to get clicking this week. Okay. When I look at the Arizona Cardinals defense, no disrespect, but I don't think their defense is as good as what we've seen from the Rams and the Buccaneers. I think those were two really good defenses, two very well coached defenses. I think we're going to get a tiny little bit of slack, but there's a lot of things that get said, and we're in a different boat as Lions fans this year. Okay, it's different now that we're being hunted. Like Dan Campbell said, everyone wants a piece of the Detroit Lions. When you show up, you're going to get the other team's best. And that's exactly what we've gotten in the first 2 weeks. We got Matthew Stafford's best. We weathered it. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers best. We didn't weather it. All right. That's going to be a season-long thing. This NFL schedule is rough. All right. This is our first road test. This defense is going to have to play really good football. If we can just hold Kyler and get our offense some more chances, I think our running game is going to really take off in this one. I think Ben Johnson's just going to say no more bullshit. I'm just going to pound the football. I really anticipate that. I think our offense is going to be okay. Let's get in the red zone. Let's score some points. Let's get that monkey off our back. Let's get everyone to stop talking about our red zone offense. I get it. We're all still a little upset about last week, but it's the NFL. They don't feel bad for you when you lose. It's time to move on. You got another game. Any given Sunday, the Arizona Cardinals are looking to go 2-1, and so are we. So we got to sort out our offensive stuff and take care of the football. When I look at our offense, in what Dan Campbell said the other day about how it could take up until the bye week to really get clicking, I try to criticize constructively. I try to be very careful and conservative and conduct myself as a professional, but we can't go 3 more weeks with offense like what we saw Sunday. We can't do it. There's no reason for it. There's absolutely no reason for Jared Goff, our offensive line, our all-pro wide receiver, our 2 Pro Bowl running backs to not figure this out. And then you throw in Ben Johnson and a surging Jamison Williams. The only piece that's really kind of been struggling, and it's not his fault, is kind of Sam Laporta, all right? And I think we're going to see him get going this week too. I'm not saying he's going to be like the main piece on offense, but I do think Sam Laporta will have a decent game. I'm predicting something like 5 catches, 70-some yards, and maybe a touchdown. Okay, I think that'd be a good game for Sam. I don't think he's going to see like a 10-catch game or over 100 yards. If he does, great, and I'd love to be wrong. But I do think Sam's going to get some work this week. And we're just going to get going on offense. I just have faith, okay? I know what Dan Campbell said, but to me, there's just no excuse. Nothing's changed offensively for us to be struggling. And people blame the preseason. I don't buy into that. I don't think that one preseason drive would fix some of the problems that I've seen in 2 games. I think it's just a matter of execution. Really, I think it just comes down to execution between the offensive line and Jared Goff making the right reads. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, check out that film study I did earlier in the week. It was probably one of my best episodes, not to toot my own horn, but I dove into some stuff, and you guys will see what I'm talking about more. The Carolina, I don't know why I keep on calling them Carolina. I know it's the Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals. So if I say Carolina, I apologize for misspeaking. The Cardinals drafted one of the most scary NFL prospects that I've seen. And I'm very familiar with Marvin Harrison as a Michigan fan. I know what he could do in a football game. I know he can take over. I know he can dominate. The good thing for the Detroit Lions is it's only his 3rd game. It's only Marvin Harrison Jr.'s 3rd game. He's going to figure it out eventually. Maybe it's a year, maybe it's 2 years. He's going to be dominant. I can't let him be dominant Sunday. And I think we match up well with him. I talked about our defense just earlier this morning, talked about some stats. I talked about some of our guys in coverage. Brian Branch has forced 4 incompletions. Kirby Joseph has only allowed 1 reception. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to see a lot of Carlton Davis and a lot of Brian Branch double teaming him. And then that's going to put Teron Arnold on an island again. Okay. Kid, you're going to be tested and I said this in our post game show last week. Terrion Arnold will continue to be tested. He will continue to be picked on. He'll continue to be bullied until the second he makes a big, big play. And when that happens, teams will say, all right, man, when we play the Detroit Lions, we got to find something else to do, because they're calling Terrion Arnold for any type of little contact, whether you agree with it or disagree with it. I think some of it's been ticky-tacky. But luckily, it's been early in a game when we've had a chance to overcome those 15-yard penalties for pass interference. And I'm not mad. I said when we drafted him, all right, there's going to be some growing pains. These aren't even growing pains. This is just him being a rookie and not getting the benefit of getting a call. Okay. I haven't seen anything egregious that really warrants a flag. And I don't like to talk and bitch about referees or blame them. That's not the reason we lost to Tampa Bay. But the flags that he's gotten have been very, very minuscule. And it's setting up points for the other team. So I will say that, in the NFL, when you give a team 3 points or you extend a drive and they end up giving up a touchdown, it does change things a little bit. And I understand, especially when you're playing like a field position game or your offense is struggling like the Lions, the impact is greater. But I'm not going to blame the referees. I'm just saying, Terrion Arnold, you're going to get thrown at this week. Kyler and that offense will find you. They're gonna force you to make a play. I'd love for this game to be your first interception, or maybe you're just shutting them down and there's nowhere to throw the ball and you have 3 or 4 pass defended. All right, I'd be okay with that. I think this defense is going to continue to be good, and that all starts, in my opinion, with pass rush from Aiden Hutchinson. Be disciplined, maintain your contain when it's your job. Get pressure on Kyler, make him uncomfortable. Make him as uncomfortable as possible. I used this reference earlier in the week. We have to go back to similar how the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl a couple years ago. Okay, they made Patrick Mahomes' life a nightmare. They made him run and scramble for his life every single play. I want to see something like that on Sunday. Okay, guys. Final part of the show. I got to drop a prediction. I think the Lions win this game, okay? And I'm going to pick the Lions to win every game of the season, and I'm going to be right more times than I'm wrong. This is going to be a bounce-back game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I'm seeing something like I'm thinking like 23-31 Detroit Lions come out on top by 8 points. All right, I think we win by a full possession. I think the offense gets clicking. I think we'll have 450 yards of total offense. I think the offensive player of the game will be Jahmyr Gibbs. And I think the defensive player of the game, let's go Kirby Joseph. I think Kirby Joseph gets another interception this week. I think he ball hawks Kyler Murray. I think he baits him into a good throw and he jumps on it and picks it off. So 31-23 Lions, 2-1. Let's get to Monday Night Football in Ford Field a week later, guys. Drop your score predictions down below. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you guys watching. Stick around. Hit that like button. I'll be back later with another show.